There we are. There's my head on the YouTube screen. Okay, plan B. All right, hello everybody. Taking a moment to get myself finally situated here. This session is being streamed live on YouTube, in addition to us here in the room. So with that, there may be some complications I may have to troubleshoot. Hopefully not so many. Hopefully none. But to my online audience, I'm sorry, all you're seeing is just a close-up of me right now. I apologize. Getting the last couple things set up.
Oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, Jimmy.
What?
No,
man,
okay.
This is the wrong. Which one? Which
No, this is 10 hacks.
Okay.
You in?
This is something else. This is a sign.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have my sign-in sheet here.
You need me to go get it? Or-
That would be awesome if you can.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Yeah. All right. We are golden. Ooh. All morning I've been setting up and tearing down my computer in different rooms, and all within a 15-minute window to tear down, get live. But today I'm getting really good at it.
Yeah, you'll be a pro after this.
So welcome to today's session. Hello everybody out there. My name is Alan Nadachu. I'm Technology Training Coordinator for the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. I do a lot of trainings on all things, well, we'll just leave it at that. I do a lot of different trainings. I am really invested in doing a series called 10 Hacks. 10 Outlook hacks, 10 Word hacks, 10 Excel hacks. This one is 10 PowerPoint hacks. Some of these hacks are more productivity, but because PowerPoint can be used in a more creative sense, we're going to dive deep into the creative end as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead and minimize that. Let me open up PowerPoint. We're going to go into some easy ones, some easy changes that you could do with a PowerPoint presentation. Go ahead and open that up. Here is a PowerPoint. It looks very simple, looks very easy, looks like a standard PowerPoint presentation. If I go through, I can see that there's different colors, but there are ways to quickly change the look of your PowerPoint presentation. This is a standard template, and if I go into my design tab, I get to see all the different templates that are available to me. And if I just mouse over them, it gives me a quick preview as to how that will look. But when I do that, that changes it for all my different slides. But you may notice that some slides did not change. That's because I cheated. Let me show you with a new presentation. Let's start off with Berlin and create. This, by the way, is my favorite presentation template. I'm going to add a new slide, and I'm going to type in hi. You know, you're going in, you're building your presentation, you've been using the stock theme, and you decide to yourself, okay, I want to do something different. How would I look? What would it look like? Well, we're going to go back to design, and then we can mouse over the different designs, select one, and it changes the entire presentation. But what if I like this design, but I don't like the color? Is there a way I could change that? Well, in addition to the themes, we have different variations. I'm kind of a dark theme person, so I like this. I'm gonna go back to my favorite, Berlin. Where are you at, Berlin? Right here. Just because not only is it dark, but it's also bright. You can use this to your advantage. I love that purple one. But maybe I want to change things up. I want to keep the look, but maybe I just want to change the color of a slide. Maybe this one I want it to be red. But if I click on red, it changes my entire slide, my entire presentation. I'm going to undo that. And then all I want is this to turn red, not the first slide. So I'm happy with this color. I hover over it, it turns red. But instead of clicking on it, I'm going to right click. And it gives me the option to apply to all the slides or just apply to the selected slide. I select apply to the selected slide, and then I am able to have a really awesome presentation without a lot of fuss. It looks like I spent a lot of time color coordinating things, but in actuality, I just right clicked and selected. That's tip one. That's hack one, I should say. As we go along inside the world of PowerPoint, these hacks are going to get progressively and progressively more intense. And I find that really exciting. I'm a total PowerPoint geek. So the next hack is how to change your font across the board. So here we got a standard font. If I change this here, change it to that. But if I do another slide, another title slide, whoops, new title slide, new title slide, there we go. That font didn't carry over. What is the quickest way to change the font of your entire presentation? That has to deal with the back end of PowerPoint. So I'm going to have to go into View, and then I'm going to go into Slide Master. It seems really intimidating. I want you to hang on with me for a moment. You don't have to go into these individual slides. Whenever you create a new presentation and use a different slide, this is what PowerPoint is reading to create that slide. What I'm going to do is I am just going to go here to the main top slide. Underneath it, there are several different slides. And because I used the second theme, I got that one there too. But I'm going to go to the top slide, and I'm going to give this a new font. I highlight everything, go to Home, and give this thing a new font. What's the Madison College approved one? That is Century Gothic. Same here. Change that to Century Gothic, and look, it pops up because I recently used it. And I could do that for everything here. When I'm done making all my font adjustments, I go back here to the Slide Master tab. This only appears when you're inside this view. And when you're done adjusting your slides, you can close Slide Master View. And now when you insert a new slide, I'm going to insert a title slide. It's now Century Gothic. It can get a little intimidating when you get into the master slide, but it can also be very awesome. You can create your own custom themes. We won't get into that here, but I want to show you one of the themes that I created. This is for FQAS. It's a theme that was created just for the purpose of FQAS presentations. And I used the Slide Master to go in and tweak a regular slide, to tweak the settings of a specific theme.
Yeah,
Alan, I'm sorry I was late. Where did you find Slide Master?
Oh, the question is, where did we find Slide Master? If you go into View,
Oh, View and then Slide Master.
then Slide Master,
Okay.
be right here. And before I continue, can everyone here see my mouse pointer okay? And can everyone see the text okay?
Yep.
If at any point you can't see either, just please let me know. So changing the font, that is hack number 2. I'm going to open up another presentation. Open up that one and return it back to its original version. There we go. Now, when you work on a presentation, you have the ability to save it to different locations. Here at the college, we could save it to our computer, we could save it to the H drive, we could save it to the S drive. There have been a couple of sessions here on Office 365. And one of the things one of the options where we could save it to now is OneDrive for Business. This may or may not work for you. It's currently kind of in beta here at the college. But if it does work, it opens up a world of possibilities for you. Quickest way you can tell, create your presentation, hit File. I already saved it someplace, so I'm going to click Save As. I could save this to SharePoint, but I also got this OneDrive Madison College. When I click on that, I could save it to OneDrive, save it in a particular folder, double click on that, and then click Save.
Now, Alan, is that OneDrive, do you have to create an account, or is it under your Madison College?
I'm going to go
account?
back to
How
there, to that Save As link, because there are 2 OneDrives. The one that says Madison College is the one that the college has created for you, and you can sign in with your Madison College email address and password.
Okay.
You can sign up for a personal OneDrive,
Okay.
and that offers, I think, anywhere between 3 to 5 gigabytes of space, and you can purchase more. So I'm going to take a little detour. Oops. Let's go into Firefox. Yeah, right, we're getting faceback feedback on our event. So I'm going to go here in OneDrive.com. And I'm going to sign in. I do have a personal OneDrive account associated with my Madison College email address, and I do have OneDrive for Business. So when you sign in, and you have both, it's going to ask you, all right, which one do you want to go into? Do you want to go into your private account, or do you want to go into your work account? Because I'm going into work, I'm going to click OneDrive for Business and type in my username and password. And just like saving your stuff on a computer or into any file, you got to remember where it's at. Let's see if I got this. It's under Tech Academy, I believe. Yes, and there it is. Now when I save it to OneDrive, I have the ability to present it from here. I don't have to have PowerPoint loaded on my machine. I could go to a PC or Mac, go to OneDrive.com, open up the presentation, and begin delivering the presentation here.
And it doesn't do anything funky when you open it, doesn't make any adjustments to it or anything? 'Cause
Use
you're
the
storing
standard
the file.
fonts when you create your presentation. The question is, does the presentation turn weird or funky when you do this? If you use the standard fonts, not like a weird Gothic font that belongs in an 80s hairband album cover, you should be fine. I'm going to hit the escape key, because just like presenting in PowerPoint on the desktop, if you hit the escape key, that takes you out of the presentation. I can edit the presentation from here. I can edit in PowerPoint or edit in browser. If I select edit in browser, I'm doing all my edits online.
And all the functionality is the same doing that?
It's about 75, 80%. The question is all the functionality is there, and it's about 85, 75%. The more intensive animations and media control, like adding video and whatnot, may not be there, but if you need to go in, correct a typo, add a new slide, it's all there. And what's great about this, about being online, is that you can do your work and it automatically saves it for you.
Okay.
If I go to File and try to save this thing, there's no save,
Yeah.
only Save As.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another point. Some people are confused about Save and Save As. Save will save your document, spreadsheet, presentation in the last place that you saved it. Save As will allow you to change the location of where you want to save it to.
And it makes a copy of it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, this is a long hack. It's diving into the world of PowerPoint online, but I want to share one more thing with you before I move on to the next hack. If you use OneDrive for Business, their files are protected by Madison College, and in order to access them, you do need to sign in. You can share your files with other people, but they have to be within the organization. I have my document here. If I right-click on it, I can share it. And I could type an address. I'm going to type in my student account because I can't spell Jimmy's last name. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
C-H-E.
FF.
Yeah, F-F-E-N.
There it is. And share. Now, what's going to happen, my student account's going to receive an email. Jimmy's going to receive an email that says, hey, you got this PowerPoint presentation. You can view it. You can edit on it. You could also change the settings so that they could just view it. So it's protected that way. And that's hack 3, using saving to OneDrive. Hack 4 is sharing via OneDrive. It's a very simple right-click and share. But what if, see, I saved it there. Let me go back here. Not only can you share it from OneDrive.com, you could also share it from PowerPoint. And I'm totally spazzing out on how to do that. First, for that to work, you do have to save it in OneDrive. When I go click on the File menu, it gives me a lot of information. It tells me that it is stored here on OneDrive at Madison College. Now I'm able to use the Share button here, where I can invite people. I could share it. I could get a sharing link, so if there's, I want to share this with a group of people in an email versus trying to type out 50 people in that little box. You can create a link so that anyone can edit, which is the one that Jimmy received, or you could create a link where anyone can view it, but they won't be able to edit at all. It's a long link. It's a very long link, but it does work. Any questions so far? All right. So with the addition of sharing online and with the addition of Office 365 here at the college, which is in a pilot phase at the moment, you do have the ability to share your presentation, present it live. And what I mean by that is you can sit at your desk, give someone a URL, and they would be able to view that presentation on their computer or tablet. The trick to this is saving it in OneDrive for Business. If I go to File, share, present online. Gives me a couple options. Skype for Business or Office Presentation Service. Skype for Business is something that is currently in beta here at the college. You can use it, but there's little support for it at the moment. There's something called Office Presentation Service that's available to everybody. And when you select that, you can give the ability for your viewers to download the presentation, or you can just present online. Copy this link. I can send it in an email. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked that. That's going to open up Outlook. You can send it off to whoever. Since you're in the office, since you're in the audience, Jimmy, I'm going to send this to you. You can verify that you received it.
Okay.
I click my start presentation and click that link and tell me what happens.
You said it's email it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you should see what I'm seeing on my screen on your phone.
Oh, I gotta do let me sign in.
Oh. Roadblock.
Yeah.
But you can see, doing it this way, it is secure. You do have to sign in with your Madison College email and password.
Mm-hmm.
What's the benefit of doing this as opposed to just emailing somebody your presentation? Just a different way?
Just a different way, and it's all. The question is, what's the benefit versus doing this versus emailing the presentation? I'm repeating my questions for our online audience, but the difference is if you just have to present something quickly, they may not have PowerPoint. If you email a presentation to someone on a Mac, they may open it up on a Mac.
Yeah.
If they're on a Chromebook or a mobile device and they want to see it, they could bring it up this way. But the issue is that you have to be presenting at the same time. So as I move through the mouse, it will show up on the screen. What's the status, Jimmy?
Just signed in and, yep.
All right. I'm going to advance my next slide. Do you see that on your screen?
So it's like real time?
Real-time sharing.
Oh, this is neat. Yep.
Yes.
But so Jimmy can't control it, only you can.
I can, yes. And then when I'm done, I can say, thank you, Jimmy. I'm done presenting.
Oh, but like you could do.
Barely
if
did
you
it
were-
because I had like 2%
Oh, yeah.
better.
If you were having conference call, this is when you would do that.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so everybody would be looking at the same
Mhm.
presentation.
Definitely on a conference call, this would be an awesome thing to use. You got to remember, though, when you're done presenting, and this tab, Present Online, appears. When you're done, close it out. End the presentation online, and end it online. Otherwise, it's kind of like not hanging up the phone.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they can't hear you, but they'll be able to see your presentation.
Uh-huh.
So that's hack number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's my time here? Let's see, 11:30, okay. All right, so I'm making great time. I'm gonna open up a new presentation. I'm gonna go to Berlin. And for those of you who are walking in, this is my favorite template. I've mentioned that before. But I'm gonna go ahead and start a new slide. Now, this next hack is adding video to your presentation. You can add video. It doesn't have to be video that you've recorded, saved on your computer. It could be a video that you find online. And the way that you do that, there's a couple ways of doing that. The easiest way is to look for these buttons. One of the buttons is Insert Video. When I click that button, it gives me lots of options. Facebook video, OneDrive personal, YouTube, or from an embed code. Usually, 9 out of 10 times you want to post something from YouTube. So I'm gonna put in there and I'm gonna type in Seattle, Madison College. And even though I misspelled that, YouTube's smart enough to know that I misspelled that and give me the right stuff. And I'm gonna, let's see, find a video that we've used in the past and something that's closed captioned. And excuse me, I am totally spacing on what's closed captioned and what's not. So we'll just go here to something, part of my 10 hack series, how to add alternative text to a photo. When I pop it in, it looks kind of eh. You can go ahead and stretch it out, make it fit. And then I'm gonna hit play. Start the slideshow. Let me switch it over for my online audience. And then when I hit play, it will actually play back the video here. So I'm gonna hop out of my presentation by hitting the escape key. So we talked about adding online video to a presentation. Who here has ever tried to add a website to a presentation? How did you do it?
Usually you copy and link the paste kind of like you would in any other Word document, and then make sure it's hyperlinked or whatever. If it does.
I like the URL and copy and paste it in.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's very cumbersome. Copy the URL, paste it into your thing, and click on it and have to open it up. What if I told you there is a way to embed a web page inside a PowerPoint presentation?
Please show us.
Like,
Yeah!
was that surprising?
Wow. So I am gonna go and start a new slide. I'm gonna start a blank slide, just so that we got a clean canvas. And then I'm gonna go to a website.
When you pull up a blank, this is kind of a related question. When
Yes.
you pull up a blank slide like that,
Mm-hmm.
in order to write text in there, do you have to insert a text box? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
When working with blank slides, it gives you a blank canvas, and if you want to add anything, you do have to insert text or insert pictures or whatever.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna do a quick search for, what was it, live slides? Yes. Why is Yahoo my search engine?
Yeah, it's all this, I don't know.
All right, so you may have heard of a company called Poll Everywhere. They do online polling, but they also offer a free plugin for PowerPoint, Mac, Keynote for Mac called Live Slides. Connect to their website, download their add-in, and then when you get to your presentation, this is on a PC. On a Mac, it's a little different, but you would have to go to Live Slides. On a PC, you click on the Live Slides tab. On a Mac, you would have to open up a program called Live Slides. And then you insert a live slide. MadisonCollege.edu, insert. I keep forgetting, you don't have to add that blank slide. It automatically adds one for you. This looks like nothing right now. You know, it says, hey, you got to download this. But what happens when I click the button to make it go? What happens if I try to navigate this thing?
That's pretty cool.
What happens if I try to log in? I'm not gonna log in.
Yeah, but you can. And you can click on content.
Mm-hmm.
So how come you can't see that in your, edit view?
Okay. The question is, how come you can interact, or you can see it here in the presentation, but you can't see it in edit view?
Right, like how would you know you had the right link there?
Oh, how would you know you had the right link? Excellent question. I go to View, Notes. Let me bring this up. When you insert a live slide content into your presentation, it automatically adds notes as to what it is and where it came from. So if you ever forget, it is there in the notes section. And the reason why you can't see it live here is because you need to be in the presentation mode for the live slides to work. One issue with this is that in order for this to work effectively, you do have to present from your own machine.
That's why I was just wanting for security.
Yeah.
Because if you would share this with someone and you actually did open it up, would your credentials be part of that?
No. What will happen if someone opens up this presentation and they don't have this live slide add-in? They won't see anything. They'll just see this black screen.
But if you would put in there one, like a link to Workday.
Mm-hmm. You would still need to sign in with your Madison College username and password to get to Workday.
Okay, so it does not have your credentials with it.
Nope. It just provides the link, and then from there you add your stuff.
Why do you have to be on your machine though? I don't understand that.
If I went up to a public machine here at the college and opened up this presentation and tried to show it,
Drive or something.
yeah, S Drive, and then I don't have that plugin here. Oops, wrong one. This plugin, Live Slides, installed on my machine.
That's
Oh,
why.
right.
It
Okay,
won't
it's
work.
just 'cause of the plugin.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Not necessarily security, but yeah, you just need the right stuff to make it work.
Yeah. Huh.
Do you need administrator rights to your machine to install the plugin?
I'm an admin to my machine, so I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it just worked on my machine, but I don't know what would happen if I tried to install it on a different school machine.
Or if someone doesn't have admin rights to their machines?
Yeah.
Okay.
So went through live, adding video, adding a website. All right, we're gonna geek out. Well, I'm gonna geek out. How's that? I'm gonna geek out over some PowerPoint stuff because one of the cool things about PowerPoint is that not only can you use it to do a presentation, but you could also use it to create flyers. Let's see, where are we at? Declassified, no. You can use it to create handouts. Tech Academy, there we go. Grid. Paper size, that's the one. You may notice this printout floating around. You may have downloaded the PDF version and whatnot, but this was created in PowerPoint. I could use Publisher, I could use InDesign, but you can use PowerPoint to create layouts. Reason why I like to suggest that, especially if people new to creating flyers or don't want to use the templates in Word and whatnot, you already know how to use PowerPoint. If you can insert an object, you can make this. But Alan, how am I going to make it? How am I going to make sure that it fits on a page?
Yeah.
Let's change this layout to blank. So I got this new presentation. It's set for widescreen. It's set for a TV, a projector. But if I go to Design, Slide Size, I only get a couple options. We're going to have to dive deep into this. We're going to have to go into Custom Slide. And then again, it tells me widescreen, but if I click on this, widescreen, on-screen show, but it also gives me paper sizes. And it puts in the correct paper size here. If I click OK, you're going to see it's not going to matter at that point because I'm using this for print and not presentation, but it automatically resizes the slide for me, so I can go in and start creating my flyer. Now, just to do something real quick, I'm going to whoops. One thing I wanted to do with this, but I ran out of time because of other Tech Academy commitments, was to create an interactive PowerPoint. I wanted to create this so that you could view it on screen. You can click on it and then it will give you more information. You could use PowerPoint to create a choose your own adventure type thing. Now I'm going to paste this here. This is a new presentation. I am going to right click this and I'm going to select duplicate. Get rid of some of this. I switch between PC and Mac, and sometimes highlighting and deleting is different on either system. There we go. And I'm going to create another copy of this and duplicate that. So how do you first create a graphic? How do you create a flyer? We'll start with that. Well, I like to start off with a blank slide and start adding my stuff. I go to insert, and then I'm going to insert a text box. Format however I like. Please forgive my spellings. I'm going to insert another shape. With arrows pointing back. So you could go ahead, you could spend a lot of time doing this. This is definitely a time suck. You could do a whole lot. But what I want to do, I want to show you how you could create a quick interactive PowerPoint. So if, let's say I wanted someone to click lunch. When they click lunch, they go to this slide. So what I would do is I would highlight my graphic. Let me zoom in on this. And you want to make sure the graphic is highlighted because there are 3 lines surrounding it. If I click one more time, I get a little text, little blinky cursor. I don't want that. I just want the entire box highlighted. Then I right click when my arrow is looking looking like a crosshair. And then I say hyperlink. Then I could type in a hyperlink URL. People who put websites inside PowerPoint presentations will know this, but you may not know about this thing called place in document. Slide number 2 is my lunch slide. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go here to my number 2 slide. Where's the button? Whoops. There it is. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to hyperlink, but then I'm going to have it return to the first slide, or slide number 1. Now, if I play this, notice how my mouse changes once I hover over here? If I click here, it's going to take me to that slide. If I go down here, it'll take me back to that slide. But Alan, what happens if I click and accidentally advance? Well, that is an issue. You can set up the slideshow. There we go to slideshow. And you want to set up slideshow. And you want to change this to browse at a kiosk. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go into my presentation. And now I'm clicking everywhere. And it won't advance until I hit that block. Clicking everywhere, it's not advancing until I hit that block. If you're interested in doing some e-learning, or you're interested in building a website, or you're just trying to, create a choose-your-own-adventure quiz, you could use PowerPoint, to test things out or use it to its full advantage. And that is my last hack.
And what is that called? Interactive?
Oh, interactive PowerPoint. There's a series of books back in the 80s and 90s for children called Choose Your Own Adventure. Read a thing and it gives you choices. Drink the potion or give the potion to a friend. Turn to this page, turn to that page. I still read those.
So in case, like, when we go back to our own workstation and we've forgotten what to click on, is some of this stuff in Atomic Learning?
This stuff will be in Atomic Learning.
Okay.
I'm moving my 10 Hacks series to Atomic Learning. So if you haven't registered, please do so, and I'll let you know when it's available online for a review. See, I'm going over my list and making sure that things are set. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do one more thing. It's a quick one, I promise. In fact, I will use this slide. Let's say you created something really cool and you want to save it as a picture, but you don't want the entire slide. You just want to save that one object that you created as a picture. Well, you highlight that object, right click, and then select Save as Picture. Save it to the pictures file, why not? Now when I open this up, there it is. It did not save the entire slide. I did not have to export the slide and then crop into that little graphic. I can just put it right there. The Tech Academy flyers that went out at the station when you signed in, that was all created in PowerPoint. So you can, yeah, that was a total time suck. It had a lot of time, but it looked great. So yeah, this is a tool that you can actually use in your own life. And if you do a lot of social media, or if you do a lot of pictures or combining charts, you could use that Save as Picture to save your work and then give it off to other people. All right. We started out with the basics and then dive deep. If you have any questions, please let me know now or later. Are there any questions? Either one will work. We'll staple them and we'll make it work.
All right, thanks, Alan.
Yep, you're welcome.
You didn't find out?
Oh, you didn't?
No, my phone is dead.
Enjoy your lunch. Please check out the selfie and slow-mo stations.
Yeah, where are those, downstairs?
Downstairs, go into the cafeteria, go into the corner of the cafeteria, there should be an open door. It's like way tucked away back there.
And what's in there?
Selfie and slow-mo station.
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo, take slow motion video.
Oh,
We got a lot of toys you can play with and check it out.
All I can think of is karate moves. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. And to my online audience, I am running this solo, so I forgot to give you the keyword. I'm going to put that keyword in the chat right now, so please give me a moment to load that up and get that ready for you.
Did you sign your name? Oh, you don't need to.
All right. So you can hang out for the keyword. Use start typing in questions. I'm checking that right now. We've got a little time to do that. Let me go into YouTube and get that started.
With the atomic learning, Alan, will that be like kind of a sheet in old days where you would have all these, go click here to get the save as picture? Will that show how to do that exactly, step by step?
Step by step. Question is about the atomic learning tutorials. Yeah, there will be step-by-step instructions on how to do things. And what's great about atomic learning, not only can you do the 10 hacks series that I produced, but you could also go in and brush up on your basics.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is just for PowerPoint, the atomic, or is that for different areas?
The stuff that we covered is for PowerPoint. Atomic Learning is a 24/7 online professional development service,
Okay.
focusing on software, but
Okay,
also
awesome.
other
Yeah, okay.
and other stuff too.
Does it have Blackboard too?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, because I'm not very.
All right.
I have to go.
Okay. All right. So the keyword, I'm entering it in the chat right now.
My son's here? Oh, that is at 12:45. Yeah, it's always my.
All right. Sorry, people. I am reviewing the notes that were sent out. I was a one-person show, so I didn't have a moderator. I'm acting as moderator and presenter.
Oh, that's too fun. This is fantastic.
Okay.
It was very educational and informative. Yeah, I know exactly how we're gonna do our PowerPoints now. Oh, you lost a head.
I killed it.
All right. Looks like people are able to access the live chat, so give me one moment as I wait for people to leave, and I will say the keyword. But thank you for attending. We got one more session. Appealing to visual learners, I believe, is the title. That's going to be happening after the lunch hour. So I see that the keyword is here. Let me pull it up on screen for you. How's that? Let's do that instead. So I'm going to create a new slide.
Is it your pen? What's that? Is it your pen or? Oh, I don't know. No, I feel like it.
Give me one moment to send it out because there's people here and I want to save this keyword just for my online audience.
Yes, it is.
All right, so I'm flipping the switch now. There is your keyword. Your keyword is this. All right, so there you go. If you have any questions, you can call me. My extension is 6050. You can email me a.natachu@madisoncollege.edu, or you can, send a shout out. If you're on the Yap app, ask a question there. Wherever, just kind of find me. All right, so that's the keyword. Let me see here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you very much to my online audience. We'll see you again in about an hour, hour and a half. All right, enjoy, have fun.